but you should be able to lose 70 pounds.
Okay.
All right. If you need anything, give me a call.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
On my 600-pound life, every journey starts with hope, but not every story ends the way you'd expect. Some patients defy all odds with stunning transformations, while others take turns that leave everyone speechless. Get ready for twists, turns, and moments that prove this show is anything but predictable. This is Jacky's story. The biggest obstacle that Jacky has to deal with on her body is her stomach. It's gotten so big that trying to walk has become so difficult and painful. She is just 27 years old, and she has no idea what her weight is. Jacky feels like the life she is living right now is nothing but a nightmare. Could there still be a chance for Jacky to get better? Let's find out. This is how Jacky's story begins.
Cabin, it's been very hard to take a shower in. So far, like sometimes I have to keep the doors open, so it's hard to move around in the shower.
It does not come as a surprise that Jacky does not enjoy her life at the moment. Her stomach is so big that it makes it very difficult for her to take a proper shower. She stays with her grandparents' cabin, and believe me when I say that 2 kids are going to have a hard time living there. Jacky's grandmother was very excited when she found out that Jacky was coming to live with her. Sadly, she had no idea that Jacky's situation had gotten so bad.
And I would have to walk home from school because she would come home from school and she would be passed out in that chair. Had a really big anger problem.
Weighing 180 pounds at just 8 years of age had to be the worst thing ever for Jacky. She was taller than most of her teachers and was bullied by her schoolmates. As a child, Jacky's home was very toxic. Her mom was an alcoholic and her dad had a very bad temper. He would usually punch holes in the wall anytime Jacky's mom was drunk. This made Jacky sad because she could not live her life like every other normal kid did.
That was too much. It was too much stress. Eventually, I got hired on for doing custody, basically where I had to sit all day. It was around that time when way up into the 600.
Man, you can tell that Jacky's world just came crashing down on her seeing her dad lifeless on the floor. Jacky initially lost her mom when she stopped taking her medication and made alcohol her only food. Shortly after that, Jacky was not able to go to college because of how big she had gotten. As if that was not enough, she came back home and found her dad dead on the floor. All of this would make anyone lose their mind, trust me.
Feet doing okay after all that walking?
Been in the hospital at least twice, I believe, was from the lymph leaking and then setting up infections.
Even her grandmother is scared that if Jacky does not start to do something about her weight, she might be bedbound for the rest of her life. Jacky has been to the hospital at least twice to treat cellulitis as a result of the lymphedema that keeps leaking out of her leg. The sad part is that even with all of this, Jacky still eats like her life depends on it. But then again, you really can't blame her for turning to food as her safe space, given all she's been through.
With everything that has been happening to me, it's not an excuse, but it did bring me down to a low. I have to change for the better.
It's a good thing that she has finally realized that she needs to start making changes to the way she eats. Jacky has gotten to a stage where her stomach just keeps going lower and lower. Even though she tries to ignore her stomach, she can't deny the fact that if she keeps eating the way she does, her body is not so far away from completely shutting down and giving up on her. I'm glad she wants to make changes.
A bariatric surgeon equal my size. It's going to be about a 5-hour drive, and that's the longest that since I've been this big.
For a second there, I thought she was not going to fit into the car. Jacky is about to head down to Houston to meet up with Dr. Now and see if she can get any help for her weight. Her granddad has agreed to drive her down to Houston because her stomach won't allow her to drive comfortably. She is scared that the doc will not be able to help her with her situation. I guess only Dr. Now has the answer to that question.
And that factor is changing. This is the next item. 3 factors that control the amount and type of food.
Well, that's pretty much all that needs to be said. Jacky and her granddad made it to the hospital. She checked her weight, and the scale read she weighs 709 pounds, which is very high for someone of her age. The doc explains to Jacky that her condition is really bad, and she needs to start losing weight as soon as possible. Her goal now is to lose 70 pounds within the next 2 months. This is her chance to make everything right. Let's see if she can do it.
Every day, but now I have to take breaks to get my exercise. I get enough activity to fill up the hour in the morning. I think that's what Dr. Now wants me to do.
Seems like we have the answer to that question. I am impressed at the rate at which Jacky is working on her body to lose weight. Even with the fact that she has a job, it does not stop her from following her diet the way the doc instructed and keeping up with her exercises too. Jacky might just have what it takes to lose weight and get approved for her weight loss surgery. This is amazing to see.
I'm back at Dr. Now's for my first follow-up to see if I lost the 70 that I needed over the last 2 months to get to the weight loss goal that Doc on to 640 today.
How did that happen? That is a little disappointing. This is Kachi's second appointment with Dr. Now. She goes in to check her weight and she sees that she has been able to lose only 20 pounds instead of the 70 pounds she was supposed to lose. She is so confused because she followed the diet instructions and did all the exercises she was supposed to do. What could she have messed up?
1,000 calories to maintain that. If you're 200 pounds, the 2,000 calories to maintain is a proportion to it. So if you're heavy, you can lose weight much faster.
I guess this is her second chance to get things right. Jacky explained to Dr. Now that she had been doing everything he asked her to do, but she still does not know how she was able to lose just 20 pounds. The doc then gives her a new goal and tells her that she needs to lose at least 35 pounds before her next appointment. He feels like losing 70 points at a goal is a bit much for Jacky, so he wants her to take it a step at a time.
Sir, are you going to want to eat first?
I just will eat first while it's hot. Lose more this time before I go back to Dr. I want to get healthy.
Once again, Jacky is back to making sure that she follows all the instructions for her to lose some weight and meet her goal. She even stopped eating breakfast and cut down the amount of food she gets to consume in a day. She does not want to let anyone down, especially her grandparents. She hates that she has to rely on them for basic things, and she is ready to put an end to that. Well, let's see what the scale is going to read and what her next appointment is going to look like. Who knows? Maybe she might get surgery.
Is it getting looser?
Well, that's a good start, but we still got long. So I'll give you 2 more months to accomplish the same goal. It's at least 70 pounds.
Looks like our hopes were a bit high. Once again, Jacky has failed to meet her target, and it seems like the doc is starting to run out of options with Jacky. She was supposed to lose 35 pounds, and just like her last appointment, she lost only 20 pounds. Now the doc has told her that she needs to lose 70 pounds within the next 2 months before he knows that she is ready to take the whole thing seriously. She is really running out of options.
We can do it together. Okay, here you go. Okay, bend down slight, and you're gonna go up. So you're gonna pretend like you're pushing them to the ground. Get it.
Well, this won't be the first time we see Jacky put in so much effort into trying to lose weight, only to fail to meet her weight loss goal. She seems to be really devoted this time, and she is making sure that she gives it everything she has got to meet the goal. She wants to prove to Dr. Now that she can actually do this and get his approval for weight loss surgery. Well, let's see if she gets to meet her goal at her next appointment.
For weight loss surgery. Surgery for 2 months from now to get under 600 pounds. Then you can do that.
Support that I have, I know I can do it.
This is Shakyia's story. Shakyia feels like at some point she lost control with her weight, and now she needs to do something about it before it takes her life. Shakyia has no idea what her weight currently is, but I can tell you that she is too big for her age. Worst part is that she still keeps eating like her life depends on it. Could this be the end of the line? I guess we are going to see. Shakyia's story starts like this.
7 pounds. It makes my breathing 10 times harder for me to try to catch my breath. When I take a shower, I sit on the side of the shower because I can't really stand.
Living life this way has to be very sad. The worst part of Shakyia's day is when she tries to take a shower. She has a huge lymphedema on her leg, and it prevents her from being able to move around and scrub her body properly in the bathroom. On top of that, she has asthma that makes her breathing difficult. Sometimes when she walks, she can feel her heart beating faster than it should because of her weight.
It's the role of food in my life. It's a top priority. I've been like that ever since growing up. My mom was a single mom, and providing for us was a struggle.
That had to have been very horrible. Shakyia's mother found it really hard to take care of Shakyia and her siblings. She had to work 3 jobs just to make sure Shakyia and her siblings were able to eat. It got so bad that one day, one of their neighbors called Child Protective Services to come and pick up Shakyia because her mother was almost never around to take care of them. In the end, her dad ended up taking full custody of the kids.
Get ready to take us to the grocery store so we can get that steak.
And those potatoes.
And those potatoes so you can whip it on up. All right?
Yeah.
All right.
For the first time in my life, I was freely able to go and grab whatever I wanted.
Seems like it was when Shakyia turned 13 that everything changed. Shakyia was eventually able to move back in with her mom. This time around, there was a lot of food, and Shakyia was finally able to eat whatever she wanted. The only problem now is the fact that her mom was not always around to be with her. Shakyia filled that out with food, and that's how it all started. Whenever she missed her mom, she would just run to food.
I was peer pressured into it. The guy I had sex with pretended he didn't know me. The next time I saw him, I felt let down and rejected. Eating the food filled the void.
Men! It feels as if the trauma just didn't want to end in Shakyia's life. She was bullied so much in high school that everyone had a nickname for her. She met a guy and ended up having sex with him. When she saw the guy the next day in school, he acted as if he had never met her in his entire life. Shakyia took all this to her heart, and she kept eating because it was all she could do. By the time she entered college, she was already over 400 pounds.
My fear is her dying if she doesn't lose the weight. My grandmother, our brother, just the family, we need her here. And I know she's tired of being in that, no offense, fat body.
Well, Shakyia might have something else that's going to bring her joy and happiness. She loves food, but it's slowly taking her life. If there's anything I'm happy about, it's the fact that Shakyia is surrounded by people who love her and want the best for her. They don't make her feel bad for eating the way she does because they all know she has been through so much. But with the way things are going, she needs to start making changes.
Tough thing is that we just sisters, and sisters bump heads a lot. But now we get along great. I feel like I'm a really big help. I'm excited for her. But we get along really good now, so I like that.
And this is exactly why Shakyia has the best family anyone could wish for. Shakyia has decided that she is going to head down to Houston to meet up with Dr. Now. Her sister and friend are with her in the car because they believe that Shakyia can lose weight, and she is ready for the change that she is about to make. If you ask me, I'd say Shakyia has all the support she could ever need.
Slow down, you ain't gotta move so fast, slow down.
You can see it in her eyes. Shakyia is beyond exhausted. She has been on the road for a lot of hours, and her body is starting to give up on her. Shakyia's friend and sister had to break the journey and book a hotel, so Shakyia would be able to rest her body properly. Now, she's starting to think if going down to Houston is a good idea. Could this be where she gives up her journey for weight loss surgery?
After a really long drive from North Carolina, I met Dr. Now's for my first appointment, and I'm about to find out what I weigh. Close your eyes.
It's closed.
No, it's not closing, for real.
Phew, their faces clearly said it all. Shakyia's weight is through the roof. They can't believe that she weighs that much. That explains why Shakyia wanted them to close their eyes and not look at the scale. Shakyia is at the hospital with her friends to see Dr. Now. She jumped on the scale to check her weight, and it read that she weighed 655 pounds. Now she feels like the doc won't be able to help her with her weight problem.
As that justification, it is not likely much will change for her long term. All right, so we'll go over all this.
Well, I guess Shakyia has her work cut out for her. She finally got to speak with Dr. Now, and she explained to him that she is an emotional eater, and it started due to the fact that she has been through quite a number of traumatic experiences. The doc then tells her that he is going to set her up with a therapist, and also wants her to lose 50 pounds before she comes in for her next appointment at the hospital.
Times to set up to talk to a therapist, but I got busy and missed them all, so I need to call and get new times. I just been focused on getting things going, but now I'm doing better with that. I gotta follow up about the therapy.
You can see that losing weight is not as easy as it sounds. It's been a few weeks since Shakyia met with Dr. Now, and she's been trying her best to keep up with her exercises. But so far, she has not found it easy to take walks like she is supposed to. Aside from that, she has also not been able to set up a meeting with the therapist, and it just seems like things are not going the way she wants them to.
Walker that I can do, standing up, so I get up and move around.
All right, well, I'm glad you're doing better and you had at the hospital.
I'm just glad that she is okay. Dr. Now had not heard from Shakyia in weeks and he got worried. He decided to give her a call and see what was going on with her. Apparently, Shakyia went to bed one night and she was unable to wake up. When she didn't eventually wake up, it was through a ventilator, and they told her that she had respiratory failure. She seems to be much better now, and the doc tells her that she needs to stick to losing weight. If not, she might lose her life this time around. Can Shakyia really meet her goal and get surgery?
Then you lose 50 pounds. At some point, you can reach back out to me. But otherwise, this is it.
Okay, I'll do the therapy, but I can do it in person because I'm going to move to Houston.
This is Patrick's story. Patrick may weigh 657 pounds, but he has one thing going for him: his marriage. His wife Amanda is his caregiver, and they have a great relationship, but she's also the one who indulges his food requests, which makes him so unhealthy, so it's kind of a mixed bag. Can he meet his target for weight loss surgery? I guess we'll see. His story begins like this.
When I wake up and see daylight, I'm surprised to still be alive.
Because my weight is killing me. When I first wake up, I pretty much dread it every day. I dread the first time I get up out of the bed, putting my weight on my legs.
Patrick still finds it difficult getting used to this life where he needs people to help him shower. 5 or 6 years ago, he did not need help, but his weight has grown almost exponentially since then.
I still try and do the things that I can do by myself. Now I'm so big.
My wife, Amanda, she has to help me do lots that she shouldn't have to help me do.
Having to be helped each day, to not be able to do anything on your own, is extremely devastating. Unfortunately, Patrick cannot help it. It's like being a child again. But if you eat without a care in the world like a child, that's probably where you could end up.
Feet, they're hurting him really, really bad. So I try to help him get up in the morning and do whatever needs to be done really fast so he can get breakfast and
So what does our man Patrick eat after showering? Let us see if that contributes at all to his present situation.
I have addiction to food.
Because nothing makes me feel as good as I do when I have food in my mouth.
Wow, that is a lot of food. Patrick knows that he is addicted to food. He says that this is partly genetic because all his siblings are overweight. So in a way, maybe we cannot blame Patrick for being overweight. Anyway, Patrick is now on his way to see Dr. Now and see if he qualifies for weight loss surgery. Dr. Now has some pretty harsh questions for Patrick.
I think you're overweight like this.
Overeating. I eat too much.
You eat too much in what setting, or you eat too much all day?
I probably snack all day, but
Okay, that was funny. But it is also a bit sad, because it shows quite clearly that Patrick's primary problems are his own doing. The baseball bat here is candy, and Patrick keeps smacking his head with it and still complains that it hurts. Well, it is going to hurt Patrick, but Dr. Now isn't done with his questions.
Amanda, do you work or you stay home with him? You stay home. So you said chips and candy. Who buys those? Okay, so the family enables you and gets you what you want.
To Dr. Now, the solution is fairly simple. To Patrick, it is the hardest thing in the world. Patrick says he needs help to stick with healthy eating, but how much help can Dr. Now realistically offer when it comes to that? Anyway, Dr. Now does his best and gives Patrick a lifeline.
But if you don't follow it, there's not much we can do for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna give you some instruction what to eat, what not to eat. Then I'm gonna give you some instruction about exercise.
Well, it can be a very easy thing to do, Dr. Now, but it is a very hard thing for someone like Patrick to do. If he could simply follow a diet, he would not be on this show in the first place. Patrick did make some progress. He lost around 40 pounds. When he presented himself to Dr. Now, he was asked to lose another 100 pounds in the next 2 months.
Step up on the scale.
so that would put me at 516. That's not good.
We're going to be going to room 5.
So he lost a bit of weight, but instead of continuing on his journey, he went back and gained even more. You can already guess how Dr. Now will respond to this behavior.
How many hours did you have to drive?
About 11.
1 day or 2 days or what?
No, we just drive straight here.
Well, all that travel puts a lot of strain on your body with your weight and your condition.
That is just it. The half-baked, half-good, quarter-sensible, and utterly pathetic excuses do not work. The problem was that our man Patrick was not eating right, and his excuses are simply not going to cut it.
And telling me you didn't follow the diet and you were sick, and why coming all the way to tell me that?
I don't know.
So what is your objective here? What do you expect that we're going to do for you?
But Patrick is not going to take all of this lying down. In fact, he becomes defensive and tells Dr. Now not to worry about doing any regular checkups for him since there is nothing he can do about his weight.
But in the meantime, I don't have an answer for you. You have to figure that out. So we get the updated blood work on you, see how bad you're
We don't need to do all that. You have no answers for it.
Well, if Patrick was that tired, he would have followed the diet plan and not turned up to the hospital with even more added pounds. But Dr. Now's words seem to have had an effect. It is a new day, and Patrick has decided to do something that shows his seriousness about losing his weight and getting healthier.
This month I decided to join a gym so that I can get a trainer and push myself even harder. It's a little scary and intimidating to go out and do something like this.
The gym was great. His trainer was really proud of him and how hard he worked at their sessions. Patrick worked hard at the diet and exercising for about a month and then went to a local clinic to see where his weight was at. Let's see what the scale says.
Okay, go ahead and step up on the scale.
At my last appointment, I was at 642, and Dr. Now told me that I need to lose at least 80 pounds over the last 2 months. So if I made it to that, I'll be at...
While Patrick did not meet his goal, he lost 51 pounds and got below the 600-pound mark. This meant there was a huge chance that Dr. Now would approve him for surgery. All that hard work finally paid off. When he spoke to Dr. Now, he was told to lose 30 more pounds within a month, but Patrick could not do that. He could only lose 1 more pound.
Trying, it's just easier said than done. I mean, I've been trying.
Well, if you eat what you're eating, you're going to be the same weight. So what's the point of coming to Houston if you're not doing what you need and losing more weight?
Essentially, Patrick needs to pump those numbers up. Dr. Now says that Patrick must start thinking that the weight will shorten his lifespan. The good news is that Doctor schedules Patrick's surgery for a month from this meeting and says that if he loses those 30 pounds, he will go ahead with the surgery.
30 pounds you should have to get surgery. You should be under 560 pounds. 563, so you lost 27 pounds, huh?
The surgery was successful, and Patrick finally got what he wanted after losing over 100 pounds in under a year. This means that with surgery and the same lifestyle changes, he could even start dreaming of living a normal life.
Lose another 35 pounds. And after that, Patrick should lose 20 to 25 pounds each one until he gets close to his target weight.